Hey, it's John Allen. You got me here on Rock, Roll, and Red Plaid.
I don't think I got this to you last time we were here, so we'll hit it this time. I always love to do a nightmare gig versus one of the, not favorite gig, but like, a memorable gig is for good and for bad. Are there any two on the flip side that stick out in your mind? Could have been from any band, anytime.
I've
You're
got one
smiling.
that's probably I've got one that falls under both categories probably.
Perfect.
I was just talking about this one around Christmas. I was at a party and some guy was telling me that his band had just played a kitchen, and I think that topped mine. But this one was it involves New England.
Okay.
So this was Charm City Devils, and our first record was about to come out on 11/7. We had gone to New England. We had opened for Buck Cherry and Papa Roach at the big theater there in Worcester, Mass. And the next night, we were slated to already be on the CRUE Fest tour.
Oh wow.
We were on the main stage. It was MOTLEY, going backwards here. MOTLEY, Godsmack, Theory of a Dead Man, Drowning Pool, and we were opening the main stage.
Wow.
So the Motley was doing a winter tour,
Mhm.
and they happened to be at the Mohegan Sun
Mhm.
a couple of days in front of St. Patrick's Day. Actually, like a whole week or so.
Sure.
And so they called all the singers for the main stage bands.
Mhm.
Um, Theory of a Dead Man was already on the tour, so we were to go up to Connecticut and jump on stage with Motley, and they were filming it for Jimmy Kimmel Live, and that was going to go the next week, the next Friday,
Okay.
along with the announcement of the tour.
Mhm.
So, but we did that. It was fantastic. There's a whole story in there. The next morning, we had to get up and drive all the way back down here to Delaware to play this show for the radio station down here,
Oh wow.
hoping that they would play our single. And it was their St. Patrick's Day show
Okay.
at this venue.
Mhm.
So we drove. I hardly got any sleep the night before. That's kind of the story
Sure.
about that. It's more in depth, but I don't want to go on.
No worries.
It was like a 9, 10 hour drive down from Connecticut. We get there, and I'm like practically hallucinating. I'm so exhausted. I had like 2 hours of sleep. I didn't sleep on the car ride. I'm
Oh.
really out of it. And we pull up, and there's a staircase outside of this venue, the big like aluminum building.
Mhm.
And I go into the venue, climb up those stairs, go into the venue. It's on the second floor.
Sure.
I had hired a sound man from our hometown to show up there just in case. Well, as soon as I walk through the door, he's screaming at me because there's no PA gear there. There's no monitors. There's no lights. There's like nothing there. They had a DJ rig that
Sure.
he was able to cut wires and cobble together. And I think he brought like 3 or 4 microphones. So we were
Mhm.
just basically like playing as loud as we could. And well, I put like earplugs in my ears just to hear
Yeah.
myself. So he's yelling at me, whatever. He's like, you need to yell at your record label. I'm like, I'm not yelling at my record label. I'm happy to have a deal, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Uh, so I go back outside and I walk down the stairs and I walk around to the front of the building, and there's this big yellow like signs and there's gas pumps. And I'm like, are we playing a gas station? It was a Shell gas station out front. I walk in the mini mart, and it's like a mini mart like normal, but it keeps going further and further back. So
Oh
if you know anything
no.
about the Eastern Shore of Maryland, it's always like fried chicken's a big thing
Okay.
down there. And so then there was like a chicken stand off to the right, and then the building kept going back, then like to the right, and then there were these hallways with these roll-up doors like storage units,
Sure.
but there were like counters there and people were like selling stuff. And then there was a staircase inside that went up to the nightclub. And I'm like,
Okay.
I'm completely out of it. Like exhaust. I'm like, are we playing a gas station swap meet, flea market, like chicken stand. Like, what is going on here? You know? And it turned out phenomenally like great.
Nice.
Like it was like there were
Okay.
people standing right in front of the stage was only like that high, but
Sure.
so I had these guys right in front of my face just rocking out, never heard the band before,
Sure.
just going crazy. And it all turned out, but it was pretty bizarre there for a second,
Did you
it
get
was
any
weird.
chicken out of the deal?
I don't know that I did have any chick. I probably did. Yeah,
No,
probably did.
compensation prize. Perhaps
Heck
I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe
Yeah.
that deserves a round of applause. Oh my gosh.